What's your favorite thing to do?
Go horseback riding.
Is there anything else you like to do?
And do drawing.
And trotting.
I love coming here every Friday night.
I like the horses.
What's your horse's name?
Gingerbread.
Gingerbread.
She seems to enjoy it, she talks about track. She doesn't talk about a lot of things, so she does get excited sometimes about coming in.
I'm Lisa. This is Matthew. We call him Maddie.
My name is Vika. Vika?
And I'm Nancy.
Maggie.
And Kim Teller's name.
And this is Shaylease.
The way we started the program, I was teaching people how to be instructors for therapeutic riding for a number of years. And someone in the administration said, what could we do to make this program really special for Centenary? And I said, you can have an in-house program where we bring the clients to the barn and teach them the lessons right here. And they said, okay, go ahead. Therapeutic riding really depends obviously on the horse. They never judge anybody, but the horse will accept you whether you can talk or not talk, whether you are a genius or have cognitive challenges, whether you can't talk very well or walk very well because of cerebral palsy. The horse really doesn't care.
Vika's visually impaired, legally blind, and she has
Hey, Mom.
a brain developmental issue. And plus, she was adopted from Ukraine, and she was in an orphanage until she was 5.5.
She's got brain damage more so on all four lobes, but on the left side is worse. So the muscle tone on the right is very weak. So we figured it was good to get her into this because the riding seems to strengthen their core.
Tim was born with CHARGE syndrome. It's an abnormality. It's actually 5 different abnormalities. If you're born with 3 of them, you can be classified as having CHARGE syndrome. He has weak muscles in his arms, legs, and chest. So where my other 2 boys, when they were born, 9 months old, they were running around the house. Tim couldn't walk.
The track program is only a group program. We don't have one-on-one lessons. So we group our riders pretty much by their ability. So the people who have more challenges would be in one group, and the people who have fewer physical challenges or cognitive challenges might be in a different group.
This was mostly about doing an activity about the benefits for his core and that instead of the PT or OT on the horse.
And we started hippotherapy, the horseback riding, at 3 years old. When Tim turned 4, he could walk. Because we found out that the horse's gait is the same as a human. And just sitting on the horseback, it helped him gain a posture and sit up. They had a little harness they used to hold on him to help him sit up, and it was just awesome.
The goals we have for the program depend on the people in each program. So the lesson basically is divided into warm-up and then riding skills. We practice what they already know, and then we embroider on that, teach them maybe a new skill, introduce something that they need to learn, and then we would end up with a game. So for example, if we play the red light, green light, when they have to pull the reins for the red light, that goes along with halting when you're told to halt. Moving on, for green light, you have to use your body and your legs a little bit to make the horse move forward. So the games are often chosen to refer back to the skills that we're trying to teach.
She really amazes me a lot of times. It's stuff like she'll tell you about it when she's in the mood to talk, like when she gets familiar. Like she'll come out with things, and like when she's out in the ring with them, like today she was talking, and I could actually hear her back sitting on the bench, which is, for her to open up to them and talk like that. Last week they were doing like a flying angel, and they had their arms out and they're up there going like, that's something I never really expected her to be able to do.
I think the benefits are evenly divided because you need to feel good about yourself in order to progress physically. Some of our riders benefit by the discipline of coming every week and learning straight up riding skills. So they learn how to control the horse, how to ask it to start and stop and trot and so on and so forth.
When she's trotting and standing up and not holding on and doing the flying angel with her arms out at her side, I never really thought she would be able to do that. I don't know that I wanted her to, but I'm glad she can. I mean, because it's scary to have them on a big animal, especially when, they're they have problems with, like the muscle tone and things like that. Sometimes she trips and falls. So the fact that she can get on a horse and ride like this is quite an accomplishment. Her history was she was never supposed to walk or talk. So, I mean, to see her on a horse and doing those kind of things, it's very rewarding and, it's quite an accomplishment.
When she first came to live with us in the States, she couldn't sit in a chair straight at a desk, and just her muscle tone and the physical therapy that she gets from riding, I believe that a lot of her abilities now are because of the riding.
Others learn more really about themselves. They might come in with perhaps more limited cognitive levels, and they just learn how to respect the horse. And then we might have someone who's highly intelligent and really wants to learn all about the horse. So the skill becomes a part of that confidence, and then the skills develop because you know that you can do this. So the two go together, I think.
Watching her, the way that she just takes control when she's on the horse, seeing her from not being able to really sit and focus to now she walks in and we have to put the helmet on even before we get in the car because she has to be ready when we get to the barn. Probably if I look past just the day-to-day, there's been a huge, I mean, she really has shown a lot of growth in her behavior and her ability to do things on her own and her sense of respect and responsibility. There definitely has been a huge change.
So the horses we use really we feel are born and not made. Their personality is the most important thing because they have to be very quiet, very accepting of loud noises and odd movements and things like that. And then they have to be sound. We don't want a horse who's got a disability of its own. We want them to be sound enough to work for these people. They need to accept all the equipment we might use, balls, bean bags, rings, things like that. But more or less, it is the accepting the rider being unpredictable. We absolute match the horse with the rider or with the individual because these people may not even ride. They just have the connection with the horse.
Anybody that knows Vika knows who Lucy is. We found out when Lucy's birthday was. She had her classmates all collect carrots so she could have a party for Lucy here. So Lucy is probably one of Vika's best friends.
One of the riders that we have is Vika. When she first came, she had to be on her own, one-on-one. She could not be on the horse more than 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most. She would have a tantrum. She would try to throw herself off the horse. She screamed so loudly that even Lucy got upset. And when Vika is upset, she needs to just commune, or we say talk, with her horse. And the horse comes down, and they're literally nose to nose. And we all just stand there holding our breath. And those two, something's happening between them. I can't put a name to that. But after they've communed for a while, the horse lifts up her head, and Vika says, right, I'm ready to ride.
Yeah, there's a deep connection. I don't know if it's two-way. I think it is. But Lucy has the biggest fan in Vika.
Her teachers now know that they can say, would Lucy like it? Are you making choices that Lucy would like? So this child has come a tremendously long way. She's now posting at the trot. She holds her reins all the time. She is respectful. And her mother says there's no other place where she can get control of herself in that same way and in such a short period of time.
I think maybe there's just something that she finds helps calm her about the horse.
We call that the magic of the horse. And that's a striking example, but it seems to hold true for everybody. They create an incredible bond with the horse. And we're just there to enable that and teach them how to work with that bond.
Of all the therapies that Vika's involved in, it's the one that she can't wait to come and be a part of. She doesn't look at it as therapy. It's an activity for her, it's a sport.
Octavia's a wonderful person. And then with everybody meeting here, all the other students that are teaching, so it's a teaching class, and it's just wonderful. We get to meet everybody. And, I mean, Tim gets off the horseback, and he hugs the horse, and he's hugging all the girls that helps him and all, so it's just a great class. To future parents, I would say if you're given the opportunity, put your child on a horse. It's just amazing. It just livens the kid up.
When you see and talk to the riders that have been riding for 10 years and the adults that are still in the program, and hear them talk about how it's changed their life and it's given them something that they can do, it's just amazing, because it's not a short-term thing. It's definitely
Life-changing.
Yeah, it's life-changing. It's a lifestyle that I'm slowly learning to understand.
The horse accepts you for exactly who you are and where you are. So once those people get on the horse, they automatically create a bond with that horse. Different personalities go with different people, but I think it is the complete lack of any judgment that endears people to the horses.
Thank you.